Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you all.
Shabbat Shalom.
How's it getting along? Getting better? After my whole issues were bigger, but after about 6 months, she's not walking without crutches. And over 2 miles without pain. So the healing properties are amazing. So I'm going to like to very cool done pass. Well, last time I think I got to read the English, which I won't be this time. Can't you see you made the reading you read? I do that. Hebrew, read it, receive. It's a canvas. We were just talking with, we grew up, men did the caves, then I saw, women did the caves and covered their eyes, most men did. Now I see everybody kind of do it. Is there a reason why we do or don't do it, or is it dogmas or us? You're supposed to do that while you're saying the Hebrews. that's up, to cover the eyes of the or, that's right. So, I can sort of do the covers and everything, and then spice it up to the first. Do my hands in front of my eyes. Okay, I'm just trying to leave. Hold on. Thanks.
Yep, that was it. No, less exciting.
Peace out, everyone. Piece of cake. We've done this many times. Right? Yep.
Live stream is on.
Yeah, we're good to go. We're good. I'll be over there. If you need me, just
Sure.
pick up the phone. Give me a call.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's lovely to be here with all of you this evening. Shabbat Shalom. It's good to have all of you here and those that are with us streaming online. We're excited to welcome in Shabbat together this evening. In this lovely evening in December, it's a little less chilly than it would usually be this time of year, and we're not complaining, so. I think we'll begin our service this evening on page 10 with Hachama Merosh.
The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come gather to welcome the Sabbath, our Queen. Behold her descending, the holy, the blessed, and with her the angels of peace and of rest. Draw near, and here abide. Draw near, O Sabbath bride. Peace also to you, you angels of peace. Hachama merosh ha'ilanot nistalka. בואו ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה, הנה היא יורדת הקדושה הברוכה, ועם המלאכים צבא שלום ומנוחה. בואי המלכה, בואי הקלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום.
We turn to page 6 and we'll read responsively at the top of the page. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations, Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth and love and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves.
Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, and flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer.
It's a joy to call up member of our community, Ben Marins, past president, to light our Shabbat candles this evening. He brings such light and warmth to our community, and so it is only fitting that he bring in the light of Shabbat this evening for us. Shabbat Shalom. We are on page 3 and 2.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
As these Shabbat light candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'tzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
We turn in our prayer books now to page 16. We'll read together, sing praise to Adonai with the lyre and melodious song, with trumpets and the blast of the horn, raise a shout before Adonai, the ruler. Let the sea and all within it thunder, the world and its inhabitants. Let the rivers clap their hands, the mountains sing joyously together at the presence of Adonai. For God is coming to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly, and its peoples with equity. We welcome in Shabbat. We welcome in the Shabbat bride with Lecha Dodi on page 20. We will do verses
1, 2, 5, and 9.
Our standard here.
Just to check. It's always good to check.
1, 2, 5, and 9, and we will rise to greet the Shabbat bride. We'll turn on verse 9 when we say Bo'u v'Shalom. We'll rise for that verse at the end. And then we'll turn to face the back of the synagogue, the doors of the synagogue, to greet the Shabbat bride, and then we'll turn back around and be seated after.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. We turn to page 24 for Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem is a song that is sometimes sung on Shabbat. There's a tradition that two angels would accompany a person from the synagogue to their home after Shabbat services so that they could be welcomed to their home in peace to continue their Shabbat after praying in the synagogue. So we welcome in those ministering angels of peace for a Shabbat of peace for us as well. We'll read together on page 24. Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Enter in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Bless me with peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Depart in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. We turn to Chatzi Kaddish on page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. ברכו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו Amen.
We turn to page 27. We continue on page 27. We'll read responsively, "Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair.
Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways."
We rise for our call to worship the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We continue on page 30 with Ma'ariv Aravim, the prayer, thanking God for bringing on the evening, for putting the moon and the stars in their course in the sky. We read together, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, Umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Ma'ariv Aravim. We turn to page 33 for Ahava Rabbah. We'll read responsively at the bottom, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
We continue now with the Shema, the watchword of our faith.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. We turn to page 36 for Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukeshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchetavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 39 just before we sing the song that our ancestors sang on the shores of the sea. We'll read responsively. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught, before ever we stood at Sinai's foot,
that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness,
that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha pailim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar bakodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Zeli, Zeli, Anu ve'ameru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'nemar ki vada Adonai et Yaakov uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
We turn to page 42 for Hashkivenu, a prayer our ancestors traditionally recited at nighttime, a time of uncertainty. And while we are not uncertain or afraid for the same types of things, like a beast getting us in the middle of the night, we have our own uncertainties, our own fears that manifest, and we too pray for God to provide a Sukkat Shalom, a shelter of peace over us and to guide us.
Hashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Baruch atah Adonai haporei Sukkat Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Baruch atah Adonai haporei Sukkat Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam ve'al kol ha'olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
We continue on page 44 with Vishamru. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time.
we sing together. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti leolam beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti leolam ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash.
We rise for the tefillah on page 46. We'll begin with Adonai Sifatai on page 46.
Adonai Sifatai tiftach ufia ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rab lehoshia. Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamolcha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, melech memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We continue on page 55, reading together at the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue with Ritzeh on page 56.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Utehil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Karov lechol korav penei elavadecha v'chaneinu shefoch ruchacha aleinu v'techezena eineinu b'shuvecha letzion. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechinato letzion.
That was beautiful. And you may be seated. Thank you for sticking with us through that Ritzeh. I should have asked you to be seated a little earlier. We turn our thoughts now to thoughts of thanksgiving for our Hoda'ah prayer, our prayer for Thanksgiving. And we are on page 59. This is a time of year we just had Thanksgiving, but there are a lot of things that we have to be grateful for in this world, and I'm hoping that we could share some of those with one another this evening to raise our gratitude together in this community. So if there is something that you are grateful for, I invite you to share it, and then we'll say together, Modim anachnu lach.
We know you have things you're grateful for.
Daughter is walking again. Thank you. Amen. Daughter is in good health and walking without crutches again.
Modim anachnu lach.
And Ken and Dee are celebrating their anniversary. Modim anachnu lach.
I guess I could say I'm grateful for a bit of a winter break coming. Right?
Modim anachnu lach.
Ooh.
B'sha'a tova.
Modim anachnu lach. Sorry, didn't mean to jump.
B'sha'a tova. Modim anachnu lach.
Almost an ant. Modim
Modim
anachnu
anachnu
lach.
lach.
Thank you.
I'm grateful that we have passed the winter solstice and we are headed back towards more light in our days. Modim anachnu lach.
Thank you. That's right.
We will continue our service this evening by thinking of those in our community who are in need of a blessing for refuat hanefesh, refuat hagufa, a blessing of healing of body, of healing of soul. And those in our community who are in need of those prayers, Shandel Bat Frida Malka, Julie Borikoff, Margot Raz, Carol Dubin, Sharon Rotman, Steve Teplinski, Esther Cohen, Lisa Furstad, Hachazan Sarah Rachel Bat Yochebed Alexander, Avram Ben Naftali, Marilyn Harmon, Sophia Rubenstein, Ilana Himmelfarb, Marla Chakowski, Michael Sychek, David Broder, Natalie Cohen, Keith Mandel, Ela Batnatan Vashoshana, Mark Cook, Dr. Susie Mendelson, Michaela Helen Berg, Michal Stroud, Susan Garrison, Ron Slavin, Peter Rotter, Roger Cook, Neil Pinsky, Layla Rosen, David Kleinman, Al Rosman, Wendy Schuster, Ann Becker, Kathy Baker, Hope Marins, Janet Van Zyl, Ann Katz, Mosi Ramirez, Diane Redman, Mark Ackerman, Ruth Resnick, Ronald Barmazel, Jeff Zemmel, Carolyn Newman, Devora Leah, Yocheved Zara Leah, Kelly Adiniak, Richard Kransberg, Ricky Spiegel, Benjamin Mark Hirsch, Carol Rort, Wendy Pollock, and Terry Hammond. We are praying for their refuah shlema, a complete healing. We'll turn to the words of Misha Berach on page 253.
Misha Berach avoteinu mekor habracha le'imolteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach imotenu mikor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
With those thoughts of refuah shlema, of a complete healing echoing in our minds, we turn back to page 60 for a prayer of shalom, a different kind, not a complete healing, but a fullness of peace, shalom. And we are praying for peace for everyone on earth at this moment, especially. And we'll read together on page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace. And give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes.
Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
We'll take a moment now for Tfilat Halev, the prayers in your heart.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock, O Lord, my rock, and my Redeemer.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
I hope that you are all having a wonderful start to winter. We're getting there slowly but surely. I wanted to talk a little bit this evening about the Torah portion. We're in the parsha of Vayigash, the second to last portion of the book of Genesis. So we are coming to the close of the book of the wonderful stories of the first of our ancestors. And we are currently in the middle of hearing the Joseph story. So you've all heard of Joseph and the amazing Technicolor dream coat. We won't be talking about the coat this evening, but we do know a little bit about the story between the brothers, of a story that begins with jealousy and somewhat competition to the tragedy of Joseph being left to be sold into slavery, and his father to think that he is no longer alive. And we are in the story, in the middle of the story, where the brothers are back in Egypt due to the famine, and they don't know that Joseph, who has risen to be the second in command, the viceroy over all of Egypt, that it's Joseph. They don't know that it's their brother. And Joseph is a good model for us for the value of forgiveness. And we see what it takes for someone to go through the process of coming to terms with a hurt that they've experienced, and from people that they loved and cared about deeply, and to find a way to forgive and see that they've grown. Joseph at first challenges his brothers and makes it very difficult for them. He wants to see it if they have grown at all, and gives them a set of challenges. They've come looking for food during the middle of a famine, and knowing that Jacob has already lost, Jacob thinks he's already lost his son Joseph. Joseph asks them to bring his younger brother Benjamin, the only other son from his beloved wife Rachel. And we're at the point of the story where Judah steps up and says, "Please don't do this to us. Please don't do this to our father." He says, "I will step in place of Benjamin. Don't keep him here in Egypt for this." And Joseph realizes a little bit that they've changed. He hears the conversation between the brothers that they really are remorseful for what they put him through. And he reveals himself as their brother. He finally can see that they've changed and reveals himself. And we go through this process of forgiveness formally and spiritually during the high holiday season. But it's really a concept that we should be looking inside and being able to forgive people around us all throughout the year, and not just at our holiest of holy days. So I think Joseph is a good model for that. That's where we'll end this evening. It is a joy and an honor to welcome up Ken and Dee Stein in honor of their 61st wedding anniversary. They will be opening our ark doors this evening, and we're going to bless them.
Please rise.
Okay, yeah. Ken and Dee, you are beloved members of this community, of our community, and we are thrilled to celebrate your 61st wedding anniversary, 61 years of marriage as of tomorrow. Our God, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, bless Ken and Dee Stein on this, the 61st anniversary of their marriage. May you reflect with deep gratitude upon the years that have passed, the love that flourishes between you, and the deep respect that you have for one another has brought you through every experience since that moment. May you recall the joys that have sweetened your lives, the beautiful children and grandchildren who make you so proud. And may you be thankful for the strength that has allowed you to weather life's greatest storms. May you continue to choose one another each day for adventure, laughter, and comfort. May your hearts remain as one, and may you be granted good health and happiness. God, you have been with this couple through all their years together, so may you continue to bless them with your presence in the years to come.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and through you and be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך
May God always smile upon you, Ken and Dee, and bless you with God's choicest of blessings, the blessing of shalom, the blessing of peace.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והחיינו לזמן הזה. מזל טוב.
Mazal tov.
Thank you. Wait,
We turn to page 282 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. At this time, our thoughts turn to loved ones who are no longer with us. And though their presence is no longer physically of this earth, we hold them in our hearts and in our minds. They guide us each and every day. I regret to inform you of the passing of Jamie Kryman, and we commemorate the life during the period of Shiva of Joyce Altman, and those during the period of Shloshim of Avraham Avichai, Maxine Cohn, Phil Dembski, Rabbi David Ellenson, Harriet Goldman, Shirley Goldman Herzog, Elaine Keller, Lawrence Lauwasser, Daniel Allen Nerid, Cantor Judith Ovadia, Arthur Ricken, Robert Rotter, Helene Wheel, and Ann Katz. And we honor the memories of those who have died at this time in seasons past. Their yahrzeits occur at this time: Isidore Abrams, Lena Ansfield, Betty Jane Armin, Sally Bazelon, Oscar Bear, Rudolph Becker, Dorothy Bean, Reuben Bloom, Jacob Castleman, Eva Cohen, Theodore Cohen, Serene Cohn, Max Durzon, May Dubin, Lena Ducor, Doris Feller-Eichner, Harry Feldman, Rose Fine, Benjamin Gallen, Ronald Glick, Patricia Ann Goodstein, Lynn Goulder, Ada Granoff, Paul Habish, Benjamin Hirsch, Terry Hirsch, Joseph Hausfeld, Sarah Hausfeld, Nathan Katz, Doris Kippen, Ethel Kirsch, Norman Commissar, Jacob Levin, Alfred Lubar, Norman Marcus, Robert Marins, Bernard Milhendler, Richard Larry Nelson, Lucy Newman, Louis Rabinovitz, Mendel Rosen, Burton Rosenberg, Edith Ross, Sam Rubnitz, Helen Rummelt, Michael Shovers, Lily Spector, Bernard Starobin, Sally Steingart, Harry Stillman, Lena Beatrice Sussman, Arthur Toplinski, Sydney Uso, M. Michael Weber, Jordan A. Werner, Arlene Wertheim, Perry Rick Zine, and Anita Zimmerman. If there are loved ones whom you are thinking of at this time that you'd like to share with our community, or names that should be pronounced differently than I pronounce them, I invite you to share them as my eyes meet yours. May his memory be for a blessing. In addition to those loved ones we hold in our hearts, we also think of those who perished during the Holocaust, as well as those who have died due to acts of war and terror around our globe, especially in Israel and Gaza at this moment, as well as those who have died due to racism and xenophobia, and those who no longer have anyone to say Kaddish for them. We turn to these sacred words of Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. On page 294, we rise together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomachon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'tadar, v'tale, v'talal, shmei d'kudusha b'richu, le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imroma, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. And together we say,
Amen.
Amen. And at this time we turn from sadness to joy in our community, as we often do in life, go through both emotions. It is a joy to call up the president of our congregation, Steve Wallace, for announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
33 years ago, a boy chick on a mission walked down Wisconsin Avenue and into a little storefront with a mission to close a deal. He needed to buy an engagement ring for his wife. That boy chick was me 33 years ago. And in 33 years, I've been blessed with wonderful marriage, and I think it all started with a wedding ring I bought from Kenny Stein. And not only was that a wonderful ring that he picked out for my beloved wife, Linda, but I wanted a wedding band that I wear to this day, and I wanted a special one. And he said, draw me a picture of what you want. I'll have my goldsmith make it. And indeed, that's exactly what happened. So all the happiness I've been fortunate enough to enjoy in my life, I owe, I think, to Kenny and Dee Stein, at least at the very beginning. So mazel tov, may you enjoy another 61 years. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we have our Torah study, followed by the community service at 10, and our Kiddush lunch thereafter. Our religious school and Boker Tov Hebrew are off this Sunday and next Sunday, that's the 24th, and December 31st for winter break. The temple offices will be closed this Monday, December 25th, and on Monday, January 1st. Minyan will be virtual only on both of those days. Upcoming events include Adult Trivia Night on Saturday, January 6th. Sunday, January 7th is Winky Fest. We welcome back our religious school students with an all-school pancake breakfast in honor of our long-serving religious school administrator, Mandy Winky, who retires this coming year. We'll also have a temple for toddlers on Sunday, January 7th. On Friday, January 26th is Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of Song. Shabbat Shirah will feature Grammy Award winner cantor Doug Kotler, and I hope our own cantor.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom, and happy holidays for all who celebrate whatever holidays you celebrate.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
We rise for Kiddush on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. Yeah.
A good vintage.
That's right. Yeah.
We'll turn to our concluding song this evening, which can be found on page 346. It is V'taher Libenu.
V'taher libenu, v'taher libenu, v'taher libenu le'abdecha bemet. V'taher libenu, v'taher libenu, v'taher libenu le'abdecha bemet. La 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 V'taher libenu, v'taher libenu, v'taher libenu le'avdecha bemet. V'taher libenu, v'taher libenu, v'taher libenu le'avdecha bemet.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.